What's good, guys? Another day, another dollar. We gotta be chasing them. Basically, we're gonna do a live session of some sports betting to show you guys kind of how I do my sports bets, and maybe you can take some advice and start to do it on your by yourself there. So, what we're gonna do is gonna go over a couple bets that I am really liking. We're gonna go over them right now. First one's going to be in college football. Now, a lot of times people don't know that you can buy alternative spreads on these things. So if you really like a team to win, but you're a little nervous about possibly their spread is a little too high, maybe the money line's a little too high, the best way to do this, and I'll give you an example, is this Alabama and Missouri game. Very, very, very good game, right? And I'm already nervous, with the -3. Missouri is at home. With Alabama, it's not really like the old days where before the nil came, basically, Alabama had all the talent and pretty much they were dominating. Things are changing. So, money talks, and that's where basically a lot of these other schools are getting an actual good recruiting class compared to what it was 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So, what I would do on something like this, because it is a fun game to watch and it's something that, it's exciting, it's a really big game. So, maybe you could just bet something small on this, but what you can do is you can go to the game lines here, and this is on DraftKings. Really good site. I like it primarily because you can see the social feed here, and you can get some tips and tricks on. Here's me right here. This is one of my parlays that I built about an hour ago, and it's already got about 26 people that are tailing. Now I actually like these picks. We might as well go over them, here in a minute. But the way it works with alternative spreads is basically Alabama would need to win by 3 points for you to win, right? Or Missouri, they can win by, 3 points, or they can win by 2 points, and then they would still win, right? Or they would lose. Let me rephrase that. Alabama is beating them by 2 points. You took the +3, so you would still win your bet. So in this case, I would be pretty nervous just because it's going to be such a close game. You can always buy these points down, right? So as you can see, it went from -3 to +4.5 for Alabama. Now, typically, you're going to get your 7 points for the touchdowns, and then you'll get your 3 points for the field goals. It's 7 points with the point after, and then there's 3 points if they just do the field goal. So, primarily, what you want to do is you want to go for these sweet spots, right? So, maybe +3.5 for Alabama, or if you want to get, and that's a -253. Now, obviously, in the beginning, you're going to be like, oh, well, 253, that means that I'm going to have to bet, if I bet $1, I'll only win 39 cents. If I bet, $253, I would only win $100 extra. That's what that means, is basically you got to match what it is to get back to that 0 point to where you get the money. So, for instance, what you can do is, we can just get I'm always about making sure we get the wins for my betting groups. I got a lot of people in my groups that rely on me. So, for instance, we would click this one, 468, same concept. Don't worry about this part here, and I'll show you why afterwards. So, we're going to go to college football again. We'll see another game that I particularly like. I like Houston, but that's too much. So you're going to be buying down too much to get to, here, or get it lower to what we just did with the Alabama situation. So we'll find something a little different. This Oregon one is a good one as well. This Oklahoma and Texas. I think, Texas looked really bad last week. They, with Arch Manning, I'm really surprised that he didn't do as good as he's expected to do. But That's part of being a Manning, right? So same concept. It's in Texas. It's a pretty low line. You can essentially buy this thing down pretty heavily without it being too much of a penalty. So if you wanted to, you could either go plus 7.5, which again, they look bad, but it is in Texas. I can't see this happening. What I think would be a good move is to take the plus 7.5. So that means that even if Oklahoma beats them by one touchdown, you still win. So I'm even more safer, but I probably would take the plus 10.5, and that makes sure that you have a touchdown and a field goal, and you would still win because you got that 0.5. So we'll click this, and I'll show you. It just dropped down from the 468 to 610 to the minus 244. Now these are good bets here. These are a little bit risky, but I'll show you how it works with it. If you just grab one more of these things, it'll all start to make sense here. So scroll down here, take a look. I really like Iowa State over Colorado, so I think we can do the same thing here. We'll go ahead and buy it up here. Basically, our goal is to be about a minus 100. So you put $100, you get 100 back. It's pretty much a double up bet. That's the goal. So let's see what happens if we do a full touchdown ahead. That'll be a 147. So right off the top, this is a super good bet. It's an exciting bet. Um, these are all really big games. This one's in Colorado. This would be a little more risky, but again, let's just go. Let's say you put $147, then you would get $248 back. These again, don't forget, you're getting all this extra points. These teams will probably win, to be honest with you. Alabama, Texas, and Iowa State will probably win, but you got all this safety net going on here. So that one is a good one. We'll go ahead and go over that bet that I was looking at earlier. So here's my bets that I really like, and I'm glad that this popped up on the feed. It's just a really good way for me to just summarize my bets here. So obviously, this one is tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. It's tennis. Novik is he's one of the best players in the world. Zizou Bergs, he's not that great, to be honest with you. I do feel that this is an easy bet, but tennis is a little strange. Now with the Naomi Osaka, basically all we're doing here is we're just asking for her to win one set out of the 3 or 4 that'll be. She's probably going to win this thing anyways. So I'm going with safety and building up this stack, right? So if you go into the actual tennis matchup and click this one, it's tomorrow in the morning at 1 a.m. Click the sets button in DraftKings, and then if you scroll down all the way down, probably midway, you'll see a Naomi Osaka to win one set, and then you would click this. Now you can also you can just request me on DraftKings. I'm right here, Nate the Great. This is basically who I am. I've got 12,900 followers. I'm pretty proud of that. I've been working really, really hard. I take care of my communities. It's $50 one time to get into my betting group. So if you do find me on DraftKings, just go ahead and hit me up and let me know that you're from YouTube. And then, you know what, I'll be honest with you, I'll drop it down to another $10 for you guys. So it's only a one-time $40 to get in if you mention YouTube in it. So that'll make it fun. So back to the bets here. So now, again, this one here, if you were to bet it, it's, let's just do it real quick. Basically, if you were to put $100 on this particular bet, and you'd probably just go like this instead of that way, you would win $1,800. So that's what the beauty of stacking these bets up. These, even as you see these minus 600, the minus 4, it all adds up together. These are very low risk bets. Again, so even if you were just to put like $10, right, that'd be $188 if all 17 of these hit. I personally like these bets. I think they'll be fine, and I do think they'll hit. Another thing while we're here and I'm staring at my screen here is basically this round robin option, right? So let's just say that, 17 picks we pick, and 16 of them are winners, right? Now that would suck, right? Obviously. Um, the way around it is if you just go to this little button down here, which is underneath, let's see, if you just go to where it says parlay, you'll see a round robin right here. And it basically just gives you a option to bet on all combinations, just in case one of those legs doesn't hit. And it happens all the time. This covers you because what it'll do is, if I was to put in, let's just say 10 cents, it cost me $100.70. It would basically make sure that if you hit 16 of these picks, then you would still win this amount here. Or if you hit 17, you'd still win the $27.03 from the $1.70. If you didn't win and you only won 16, then it would be roughly about $20 you would win. But the main thing is you wouldn't lose the whole lotto because of one leg. So just look into the round robin feature. It's actually pretty good. What we'll do is we'll go to the next one here. So we've got Novik, we got Naomi, Soka, we got Holger Rune. Same deal. Now you might even want to skip this one just because it's minus 900. That's a little choppy. I think it went up, to be honest with you, because I don't think I clicked the minus 900. Again, just to win one set. He's going to beast out against Valentine, so even one set, it's like nothing. So, yeah, if you want to keep it, go for it. So, LAFC, this is going to be in the MLS, Major League Soccer. And the one trick of the trade, that you guys need to pay attention to is with soccer, it is pretty much if they get a tie, then you don't win. And that's a bummer because there's ties all the time. It's called a draw. And with soccer especially, there's not a lot of scoring. So, one team scores 1 point each. 90 minutes is done. And essentially, you're going to lose that bet because you chose the winning team and they didn't win, and it's a tie. So it's not voided. The safe way to do this, if you do think there's a soccer team that you like that's going to win, but you want to be safe, you just simply click, I believe it's right in the middle. If you click the actual soccer game, click the middle where it says tie no bet, and then the odds will go down because this was like a minus 140. But I don't want Toronto to tie this and blow this whole parlay. So I'll just be safe and pick the tie no bet, and we'll still add it to the leg. Remember, we're just stacking these things. Same thing with Inter Miami. They should crush them. But again, we don't want any chance of them or getting the tie and getting screwed. So that's not the game plan. Same thing. Cincinnati. So we got LAFC, which is LA, Inter Miami, FC Cincinnati, and those are the three MLS that I like as well. So same concept of what we were talking about with buying points. This is the key here. This is in Cincinnati. They should dominate UCF. UCF's not very good at all. And Cincinnati's ranked right now. They should be fine. But again, I'm always on the safe side. I don't like losing. I like to win only. And I have a lot of people that are relying on me to make sure that we win. So that's why I make sure to do this. Same thing. This one's a little bit more risky in my opinion, but I do like Toledo. Bowling Green is absolutely terrible. And Toledo's been on a run. They've been putting up a lot of points. So I think it should be all right on that one. San Diego State, they're going to actually crush Nevada. They're just a lot more fast team. Nevada's really sluggish, just slow. But again, as you see, just in case, we want to make sure to have this safety net as an extra field goal and a half, just as let's say Nevada somehow squeaks a 3-point win. Well, we still win because we got 3.5. So same deal with UNLV. I think they're going to absolutely crush Air Force. They are a very, very good team for being a smaller school. I do like their chances of winning, but you can go ahead and take that extra plus 6.5. Just in case it's a weird game. They're at home. It should be fine, but we got this as a backup. So TCU, I think they're gonna do really really well against Kansas State. I think K State is just a really they don't have a lot of explosiveness. TCU is just a machine. Plus, they're going to give us plus 13.5. That's almost 2 touchdowns. It's at very least it's a touchdown and a field goal. They're gonna crush them. So I like this one a lot. Georgia, we talked about this one earlier. Um, this one is where I went up to 9.5. You could probably do the 10.5, like I said earlier, so it covers the touchdown and the field goal. Fresno State, this one should be fine. Colorado State's not good at all. Fresno State plus 3.5. We should be good on that one. I like them a lot. They're much like UNLV, very fast paced. Colorado State just they don't have enough talent, enough recruits that came in to help them. Even being at home, Fresno State will have it, but again, we got a little safety net. So Iowa State, again, I think we talked about this earlier. I do like Iowa State a lot. Colorado doesn't have Shadir Sanders anymore. They don't have Travis Hunter anymore. And again, I think they're going to blow them out anyways. Or you know what? It's probably going to be a closer game, but I do think that Iowa State plus 7.5 is a really, really good bet. So those were our college ones. A recap: we got a couple of them actually. Cincinnati, Toledo, San Diego State, UNLV, TCU, Georgia, Fresno State, Iowa State. Last ones we're going to go over my picks for NFL. This is actually a really good thing that I saw this because this has all my bets that I like on a couple different sports. So this one, Arizona Cardinals now, this one's a little bit more nerve-wracking for me because I do live in Arizona and I know they're not a very good team. They lost James Conner for the whole year. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. that just cannot figure it out. And you got Kyler Murray that, he's been there, 7, 8 years, and it's almost time for him to go back to his COD days, go back and play some video games. But, even at Indianapolis, they just played the Raider Nation, which is my team. I know it's a bummer. The Raiders are terrible this year. I think the plus 17.5 is enough. I think the Cardinals are going to make it so it's very close. I mean, they've lost 3 straight games by 1 field goal. Truly screwed them. I mean, the last 3 games have been wow. So plus 17.5 against Colts, that'll probably put up 17 points maybe. I do like this one. Now the Cowboys. They're the Cowboys. You can either fade this one or you can take the ride. They're playing Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Dak Prescott he's so Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You never know what you're going to get that day for Dak. Zeke's been gone for a long time, so I think he's been upset about that. And then you got obviously. You got his wide receiver out for. I'm not really sure if he's coming back this week with his leg injury. So I don't know. This one's kind of a weird one. You can take the plus 7.5. That'll at least cover. They should beat Carolina, to be honest with you. They actually won 2 straight games, I'm pretty sure. And the plus 7.5 should be a nice little cushion. So I think we're okay on that one. Now the last one. Man, oh man, do I think this is a weird one because, the New England Patriots come in and they beat Buffalo. I believe in Buffalo. And I'm like, what the is going on here? So, their quarterback, Mac Jones, I believe it is, he's doing great. And Diggs is doing great. He had 145 yards. I knew he was going to do well last week. He was in Buffalo again. I hit on a parlay with him, but I was way too safe on that prop bet. But yeah, I think go ahead and take the plus 7.5. You got Spencer Rattler. I don't know. The Patriots seem like they have a good coach. They're really playing as a good team together. So I think plus 7.5. You should be safe on this one. Again, if you guys want to try to do the round robin with this, or make sure you guys rewind to get these picks again, you can do that. And even if you want to just do like a super small amount, at least it'll cover you just in case one of them drops. But yeah, I do like these ones. If you want to split them up, you can also like split these 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be like a minus 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, same thing, minus 100, and then same thing. So you can probably get a couple good safety bets on this one. Hopefully that helps. I wanted to keep this one short so you guys don't get too bored, but these are my picks. I like them a lot. And if you guys ever want to get my picks delivered to your phone, I'm on Winnable now. So it's winnable.com/Nate the Great, just how it's spelled. And hit me up. And either that or find me on DraftKings. So hopefully this helps you guys and you had a good time watching me bet. Have a good day as well. Thanks.